He was arrested for speeding without imagining the horror that this young man was hiding in his suitcase.
Who is that? Who is that?
That's him.
Who is who?
That's Mike.
That's Mike.
Yeah.
How did Mike get there? Tell me.
What seemed like a simple traffic stop ended up as a crime scene when they found a lifeless body in the car.
It wasn't me, man. It was.
Okay.
I just hit it, bro.
The 18-year-old boy seemed unwilling to cause trouble. However, it only took a couple of questions for the officer to know that something was up.
Do you have your driver's license?
No, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
And why are you driving?
I was just
Okay.
going home.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, sir.
It's okay. I was just asking. What's your name, man?
Michael.
Michael.
The young man didn't have any identification and admitted to having consumed earlier that day.
You smoking weed today? Look at me.
I did early. I'm not high right now.
Okay. All right, we'll take a look at you. Do you have an ID? You have any ID? Is there any weed in the car, man? Don't stop. Step here. Step here to me. Look at me, Michael. Make eye contact with me. Step out here. Step up here. Is there any car? Yes or no?
Just a doobie in the ass check.
The person who identified himself as Michael tried to appear as honest as possible with the police officer, believing that if he cooperated, they would let him go. But the officer was not satisfied with the boy's answers, so he continued questioning him until he found something that put him on alert.
All right, where are you headed right now?
I was just headed back home.
Okay. Where's home? What's your address? No, stop. Come here. Where do you live? It's easy. It's easy to answer this. Where do you live? You don't know how to drive to your house?
I was coming from there, how I got lost.
So what's the address?
I'm code 4.
No.
What? You don't know your address?
No, sir.
Okay, come back here.
Now the officer not only suspected, but was sure that something strange was going on. So he decided, with the young man's consent, to search the vehicle, and when he realized that the car had bullet holes, he started to call for backup.
I got a orange and black Chevy Camaro stopped. I had him stopped for speeding, 73 and a 55. And it's got bullet holes all in the driver's side, right by the door.
While he waited, he decided to confront the young man once again.
Where do you live? Be honest to me. Monroe?
Yes, sir.
Richwood?
Yes,
You don't live in Winsboro.
No, sir.
Why would you try to bluff me on that? Why would you lie to me on that?
However, it was clear that he was already very nervous and couldn't explain why he had lied or the reason for the bullet holes in the car.
What's up? Talk to me. You better stop lying to me right now or you're gonna be in jail.
The officer was starting to lose his patience, but he was determined to find out what this curious driver was up to, who, up until now, had lied about everything he had been asked. The police officer quickly discovered that the car belonged to a young man who had been reported missing just a few days ago, which made everything even more suspicious.
This car has been given to this boy by another boy who's been reported missing. And something's going on between the two of them. And this boy right here said that other boy gave him permission. Evidently, I mean, he got the 3 bullet holes in it, and the boy's been reported missing. Do we need to do anything specific with the car?
Now there were more officers at the scene, but none of them were sure what they should do next. Until finally they decided to take the step that would initiate the terrifying scene.
I'm gonna do the obvious thing I want to do. Hey, put your hands up. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Don't move. Do you understand? Don't move. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney. Have one present during any questioning. At any time, you can choose not to make any statements or answer any questions. You understand? If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you by the court. Do you understand? Do you understand? Who is that?
The driver, who was later identified as Michael Dwayne Mitchell, had in the trunk of the car the lifeless body of a 23-year-old young man named Michael Robinson Jr., who had been reported missing by his mother a few days earlier.
Who is that?
That's him.
Who is who?
That's Mike.
That's Mike. How did Mike get there? Tell me.
It wasn't me, man. It was.
Okay.
I just hit him, bro. I did.
You just hit him?
I did.
Okay, lock this down.
Mitchell immediately admitted to being involved in the homicide of the young man and was arrested on the spot. Once in custody, he said that he had participated in an armed robbery that got out of control and that there were more people involved. Michael Mitchell was sentenced to 25 years of forced labor for involuntary manslaughter.